You're 5 years old, playing out in dirt when you see your father press his thumb into a pool of black ink, slam it onto a scroll, and trade you for 10 years of coarse barley. Your childhood is sold before you even learn how to tie your sandals. Welcome to your life as an Onnagata. You're born in 1685 on a swampy mudflat outside Edo, Japan. Your home's a shack built on silt that stinks of rotting fish and human waste. When you cross into the city, the gate guards force your father into the dirt and spit on his neck because his blood carries the Kawaramono outcast stain. By 6, you're trapped inside a drafty wooden hall, training on a mat for hours, while other children play in the muddy streets when your new teacher steps onto the floor. Master Ayame smells like bitter winter camellia oil and speaks in a whisper that cuts like a whip. There's a baker's son named Kazuma who trains on the mat next to you, crying every time the stretching drills get too violent. Master Ayame doesn't tolerate tears, but Ayame isn't the one you watch. In the dark corner sits Magistrate Matsudaira, the shogunate's ultimate authority on morals. He places a heavy wooden box on the floorboards and sets the law. If an adolescent actor drops the female illusion outside of a performance, if you speak, walk, or flinch like a man for even 1 second, it's treason. You'll be executed, and the theater will be burned to ash. So the training turns savage. At 7, you're walking across a drafty cedar room when Master Ayame slides a thin sheet of rice paper between your knees. Magistrate Matsudaira watches from his stool. The paper's there for one reason. If your knees drift apart like a boy's, it tears. Your legs shake. The paper slips. Crack! Master Ayame wraps your shins with a bamboo cane until the skin splits and turns purple. You don't cry. You bite your lip until blood runs down your chin and bow instead. Progress. The next day, the paper goes back between your knees. And the day after that. And the day after that. By nightfall, your hip joints burn so badly you can barely climb onto your straw mat. By the end of the year, your natural walk's gone, replaced by something smaller, slower, and carefully constructed. Exactly what the magistrate wants. By 8, the inspections spread to everything else. You spend hours sitting in a frozen room with your legs folded beneath you, training your toes to curl inward so your feet look smaller inside silk slippers. Master Ayame circles the room with a bamboo rod, correcting wrists, shoulders, neck angles, even the way you turn your head when somebody calls your name. Kazuma whispers to you in the dark, wondering if his mother still remembers his face. You stare at the ceiling. Looking back's dangerous. Missing home's dangerous. Anything that reminds you you're still a little boy feels dangerous. The system's doing exactly what it was designed to do. By age 12, you're learning to scream in a perfect, glass-shattering falsetto. Master Ayame forces you to hold a single high pitch for hours. You practice until your vocal cords rupture, and you spit flecks of blood onto the floorboards. The tissue scars over, leaving you with a permanent, unnatural pitch. You learn to grease your skin and apply heavy white face paint, controlling your muscles so a single tear rolls down your cheek exactly when the wooden clappers signal a staged tragedy. You're 14 years old, kneeling on a cold cedar floor, when a senior actor pinches your chin until it bruises and presses a razor straight against your hairline. The steel's freezing against your skin. One rough scrape and a thick patch of your hair hits the floorboards. The shogun's guards stand outside the theater doors with iron swords, making sure every young boy shaves his skull to kill his appeal. Instead of ruining you, Master Ayame wraps a tight, dark purple silk scarf, the murasaki boshi, across your raw scalp. When you step onto the stage of the Nakamuraza Theater, the room goes dead silent. The audience doesn't see a bald man. They see something dangerous and alluring. The government officials wanted the shaved head to make you look like an ugly adult laborer, killing the city's obsession with you. Instead, Edo's appetite for the strange turns explosive. You're 16 years old, stepping onto the Hanamichi walkway, when a merchant's wife faints before you've even spoken a line. The crowd surges forward so hard the theater attendants have to shove them back with bamboo poles. Master Ayame watches from the wings, his hands folded into his sleeves. For the first time in your life, somebody's afraid of you. Not because you're dangerous, because you can make 1,000 people cry simply by lowering your eyes. You learn the trick quickly. A pause half a heartbeat longer than expected. A tiny tremble in your sleeve. A single glance toward the balcony. The audience breaks. By the end of the month, merchants are naming daughters after characters you played for 3 hours on a rainy afternoon. Turns out, Controlling people feels a lot better than being controlled. You're 17 when the daytime dancing ends and the night work begins. Under the afternoon sun, you're an apprentice mastering classical tea ceremonies and slow, elegant court dances. But when the night lanterns spark, the theater master drags you by the sleeve to the Kage Mataya, the secret midnight tea houses behind the stage. You're 17 years old, standing in a dark room smelling of stale sake and cold iron, when a samurai named Lord Kuroda slides triple the price of a female courtesan across the map. He's a ruthless patron with a jagged scar across his jaw, and he's Magistrate Matsudaira's closest political ally. He pulls you close, his breath hot against your neck, and his rough, calloused hands tear at your silk robes. It's a setup to catch you dropping character in the dark. You don't fight, you lean into his chest, widen your eyes with artificial fear, and let him touch the boy hiding beneath the purple scarf. The line between performing a woman on stage for applause and selling one in a dark room completely evaporates. It's the exact same skin, the exact same childhood. Kazuma handles the pressure worse than you. His dark eyes go completely hollow over the winter, and his hands shake so hard he smudges his white lead paint. You're 19 years old, standing in the wings before a sold-out show, when the trap snaps. Kazuma drops a porcelain tea bowl in front of Lord Kuroda. Kuroda mocks his mother, and Kazuma loses it. He stands up, clenches his fist, and shouts back in his raw, heavy boy's voice. News reaches Magistrate Matsudaira like fire. By dawn, Kazuma's sentence is posted outside the theater gates. 3 days later, the shogun's executioner takes his head in the public square. The notice hangs there for weeks. On opening night, Magistrate Matsudaira stands beside it, watching the actors file past. Then, he looks directly into your eyes and points toward the stage. The theater master replaces Kazuma's name on the playbill and shoves you out into the blinding lights to dance his parts. His sleeping mat stays empty for weeks. Nobody rolls it up. Nobody even touches it. Every night, you catch yourself looking toward the corner, expecting to hear him whisper about his mother again. The silence answers instead. Then the clappers sound. The audience takes their seats, and another performance begins. You're 22, standing on the wooden walkway, when 1,000 people scream your stage name until the rafters rattle. Master Ayame is old now, his eyes completely clouded with white cataracts, but he still stands in the wings, listening to the rhythm of your slippers on the cedar boards. He reminds you of the absolute rule from his manual, the Ayame Gusa. If you don't live like a woman in your daily life, your acting's a lie. So you build the wall higher. When you eat lunch backstage, you turn your face to the wall so no one catches a glimpse of a man chewing. When you use the dressing room restroom, you look away from your own body. You wear 12 layers of heavy silk costumes weighing warfare level 50 pounds. Your teeth stay permanently stained black with iron fillings, and your eyebrows disappear beneath the thick coats of wax, replaced by dark smudges painted high on your forehead. You're 22, staring into a polished bronze mirror before a performance, when your heart stops. You can't remember the face you had before the white paint. The boy sold at fives, completely dead, entirely wiped out by white paint and wax. You're just a ghost haunting your own muscles. Beautifully twisted, isn't it? You're the most desired entity in a city of 1 million people, and you don't even exist inside your own skin. You're 25 when the theater master hands you your old indenture paper with a slash of red ink through your name. Your debts are clear. You're free. You immediately drop the purple silk scarf, scrub the toxic white lead paint from your pores, wash the black dye from your teeth, put on a plain gray cotton kimono, and step through the main gates into the normal world. And that's when the real horror hits you. You try to walk down the crowded road, but your knees snap together from habit, making you stumble into a wood merchant's cart. Your face is completely bare, yet people still look right through the man to see the lady who isn't there. You sway like a court lady with every step, and the passing laborers laugh and call you a freak. You try to order a bowl of fish soup from a street vendor, but your natural voice is gone, replaced by that permanent broken falsetto. The vendor drops his ladle, staring at you like you're an alien creature. Your bones have been rewired. You've outrun the master, but you can't outrun the shape he carved into your skeleton. The world outside has absolutely no place for you. You stand on the wooden bridge over the river, watching the dark water slide past. Your hands shake inside your cotton sleeves. You can't be a man, and you aren't a woman. You're nothing at all. Nobody recognizes you. What's supposed to be freedom now feels like suffocation. You spend 3 months trying, working docks, hauling crates, forcing your ruined hips into a man's stride. But every morning, a stranger laughs before you finish a sentence, and every night, your voice betrays you. The theater took 20 years to build a woman, and now you can't turn back into a man that society accepts. Then one day, standing outside Nakamuraza in the middle of a cold autumn rain, you finally stop fighting. The lanterns glow through the paper walls. You can hear the wooden clappers, smell the face paint, hear somebody backstage practicing the same falsetto that once tore your throat apart. Your feet carry you through the gate before your brain makes the decision. Nobody stops you. Nobody even looks surprised. The costume room's exactly where you left it. Your purple silk scarf hangs from a wooden peg. You stare at it for a long time. Then you pick it up, tie it around your head, and walk back toward the stage. This isn't the only story from inside Edo's theater world. Check out my video on a Kabuki actor's life, linked on screen, to see how this same system shaped the stars of the stage.